ancient spiritual concept and translate it into a modern framework that you can actually use. We're talking about the idea that purifying your heart's energy can literally, completely transform your reality. So let me ask you a question, and be honest with yourself. When you check in, what's the weather like in there? Is it bright and clear, or does it feel a little heavy, maybe even kind of clouded? Your answer to that is really at the center of everything we're about to explore. All right, first things first. When we say heart in this explainer, we are not talking about the organ beating in your chest. Nope, we're going deeper into what some spiritual traditions call the heart of the soul. Think of this like your energetic core, almost like a spiritual hard drive. Every single action, every thought, every intention you have, it all carries an energetic charge. And all of that data, whether it's positive or negative, gets stored right here. And it fundamentally shapes the lens through which you see the entire world. And wow, the contrast is stark. It's like night and day. Positive energy, that's described as luminous and light, something that brings you inner peace. But negative energy is the exact opposite. It's dense, it's heavy, it's corrupting. It's really the difference between feeling expansive and feeling totally constricted. So what happens when all that dense negative energy starts to pile up? Well, this is where it gets really fascinating, because the source material offers an amazing energetic interpretation of some key concepts from the Quran. This is just brilliant. Look at how these ancient terms perfectly describe energetic states. Ran is like a layer of spiritual rust that starts to dull your heart's natural shine. Katan, that's like an energetic seal that literally locks you out from deeper understanding. And Zaygh, well, that's a full-on distortion field that warps your entire perception of reality. And these are not just some abstract ideas, A darkened heart has real-world consequences. Your intuition just goes offline. You might get a good feeling about someone who actually has terrible intentions. You could read a book, but you just can't connect with its deeper wisdom. And it can even impact your physical health with things like slower recovery times for being sick. And here it is, the crucial takeaway. A heart that's clouded by negative energy becomes a filter. It doesn't just color your reality a little bit, it actively blocks anything positive from getting through. You literally start to see only the problems, only the flaws, only the negativity. And you end up creating this self-fulfilling prophecy of a harsh, difficult world. But what's the alternative, right? It's a heart filled with pure, luminous energy. And this isn't just about feeling good, it's about perceiving an entirely different reality, even when you're looking at the exact same world. And this right here, this is the real game changer. The external world can be identical, but your internal experience is completely different. A problem that feels like a brick wall to a darkened heart becomes an opportunity for inspiration to a luminous one. Life itself transforms from this heavy burden into an incredible gift. With a luminous heart, life just becomes so much more vibrant. You start finding real joy in the smallest things. When challenges pop up, solutions just appear, like these clear, inspired insights. Your intuition becomes a guide you can actually trust, and you discover this profound sense of peace. Okay, so this all sounds amazing, but how do we actually get there? How do we do it? Well, the source material lays out a really clear 5-step roadmap to purify this energetic center of ours. And before we even look at the steps, it's so important to understand the intention behind them. This isn't about adding another burden to your life. The underlying message here is one of love and support. It's about a divine desire for our clarity and our purification. So, here's the 5-step process. First, and this is the big one, you have to stop the input of negative energy. You got to turn off the tap. Then, you actively engage in practices that cleanse and elevate your state. Things like sincere prayer, physical cleansing with water, deep contemplation, and generosity. Now, let's just pause on step 3 for a second, because this is fascinating. The source material frames the Islamic practice of wudu, or ablution, as a direct energy cleansing technique. That simple act of washing your hands, your face, and your feet, it's seen as a powerful way to discharge negative spiritual residue from your body's energy pathways. How cool is that? And this idea connects directly to the next step. This verse suggests that the deepest, truest meanings of a sacred text, they can only be accessed by a pure heart. A darkened heart simply can't touch them. So the very act of deep contemplation is in itself a powerful act of purification. It's like you're cleaning the window so you can see the view. Which brings us to the ultimate goal. What's the grand purpose of all this work? Why does it truly matter in your day-to-day life? Well, the ultimate goal is to fundamentally shift your entire experience of life. It's all about tuning your heart to become like a clear receiver for guidance and inspiration. It's about moving from a state of constant struggle to one of flow, ease, and joy, to basically create your own heaven on earth. And so, we end right back where we started, with a choice. Every single one of your actions right now is charging your heart. You are in control of that charge. So, the only question left is what energy will you choose to cultivate today?